Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. I know it's been a while. Today is episode 142, You Can Heal, and I'm going to talk about the first steps that no one wants to take. I've heard people say that they want to heal, but healing doesn't begin where people think it does. And it definitely doesn't start with pretending that you're okay. Healing begins with this first step that no one wants to take. So it doesn't begin with forgiveness or positivity or this concept of letting go. Healing begins with honest awareness, not trying to fix anything, not even trying to understand everyone else's motives, and not using spiritual bypassing, saying everything's okay. Naming the hurt without minimizing it is how we take that first step toward this honest awareness. The first step doesn't mean that you're going to relive your trauma. It means that you're going to witness yourself with compassion, and this involves the element of becoming the observer, taking a higher perspective. I did two episodes on becoming the observer. Episode 44 describes what that means, and episode 45 is a meditation for you to slip into that role and find out what it means to be the observer. But back to this honest awareness, the first step into our healing process. It means stopping the war inside your own body. And it also means that you get to go at your own pace. You choose how deep you go. But you can't heal what you refuse to acknowledge. So that's why this first step is so important. You can't move forward without the awareness. So healing starts when you stop running from your pain. Because suppressed pain doesn't disappear, it waits. I mentioned that in one of my recent episodes. But here's why it's so hard and why awareness is avoided by so many people. We avoid this step because awareness changes things. Once you admit something hurt you, you can't unsee it. You can't go back to minimize it, and you can't keep carrying it quietly anymore. That's how you know you're ready for the healing to begin. And for many of us, surviving just meant staying silent. Fear is what's keeping us silent. Fear of reopening these old wounds, fear of what it means about the people who hurt you, and fear of who you'll become if you stop surviving and start feeling. In real life, this first step to healing, it sounds simple, but it's not easy. Here's what it does sound like. It sounds like, that wasn't okay. That affected me. I'm not fine, and I don't have to be. So we're going to stop that cycle of denial and start to step into honest and true awareness. As you're stepping into this awareness and you're admitting to yourself that you're not okay and what was done was not all right and it affected you and you're hurt and you're not fine and you don't have to be. Once you've claimed this and accepted this, a lot of emotions and thoughts will start to come up because what you've done is you've just opened the door. But we're going to address that by allowing without attaching. I know it sounds hard, and it is hard, but you need to practice and work on this role of observer, taking a higher perspective. So allowing yourself to feel the feelings without judging yourself for those feelings. And don't label any of these feelings and thought as you being weak. Stop shaming yourself for still feeling hurt. And don't rush yourself just to get over it. Your emotions aren't the problem. It's the judgment of your emotions and your thoughts that's the problem. Healing begins the moment that you stop asking, why do I feel this way? And start saying to yourself, of course I feel this way. And then not giving up and being ready to take those steps, one step at a time forward. That's opening the door. So you can reframe your healing into a space of safety and compassion for yourself, admitting what hurt you, allowing the anger, the grief, and sadness to arise without judgment. Stop the habit of saying, I'm fine, when you're not. Awareness doesn't mean reliving the trauma. It means witnessing yourself with compassion from this observer role. So as I always do in every episode nowadays, I've got some prompts for you, some things to question yourself on, and how to move toward taking that first step of honest awareness. So here's the first prompt. What is one small, honest step I could take today, not toward healing, but toward allowing? The second question is, if this pain had an assignment for me, what lesson might it be training me to learn? The third question is, what coping behavior am I using to stay numb, and what emotion is underneath it? And the fourth prompt is, what truth did this experience initiate me into, even if I didn't want to be initiated? I've got answers to those questions from my own experience. I can talk about it in another episode. This is for you. This is for you to realize what needs to happen in order to take this first step. So in close, I'm going to just reiterate this fact that healing doesn't ask you to be strong. It asks you to be honest. So here's the doorway question for you. What truth about your pain have you been avoiding? And here's the good news. You don't need to fix it today, and you don't need answers today. You just need honesty. Because healing doesn't ask you to be strong. It asks you to be real. This is our episode for today. That first step toward healing that nobody wants to take. Yeah, it's tricky and it's tough, but it's totally worth it. And, it's a long road, this healing journey. And once you step onto it, there really is no end point, because there's always going to be life throwing things at you and things to work on. But I really hope that you've been taking my messages to heart and finding some inspiration and support in there so that you can step onto your path, walk through that door towards your healing. That's it for today. I hope you've been doing well. I'll be back again soon, very soon. And in the meantime, I wish you peace. I wish you love. I wish you light. And I'll see you again soon. Have a great day. That's it for now. Bye.